Shalom, Shabbat Darashamat, and I'm back with another lesson. The title of this one is going to be A Wife is a Possession. Before I get started, I want to say, Kal Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Merkah Kadash. I want to say, Shalom to the hopeful elect, which includes 144,000 and the rest of the remnant out there listening and learning. Shalom. So we'll start off with our first precept from the book of Sirach. The 36th chapter and the 24th verse, and it reads, He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So, as the title of this lesson said, a wife is a possession. So, that means that the husband owns the wife. She is his property. Like, that's the simplest way to put it. Okay? Alright? So, when the woman was first made, what the woman was made for, she was made for the man. She was made to be a helpmeet. Okay? She was given to Adam. Okay? She was first given to Adam. Alright? So that was her purpose. Okay? That's why she was given to Adam, because we know earlier in the book of Genesis that he made them male and female. But the reason she was given to Adam, because he needed a helpmate. Okay? And so that was her purpose, to serve her man. Okay? And a pillar of rest. So she's supposed to be a place of rest, a place of peace, a place of comfort. Everything that our woman is not in this day and time. Okay? So, let's jump into the lesson. Let's go to the book of Joshua. Let's go to Joshua 7:1. And it says, But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabadi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against the children of Israel. So the children of Israel, under the leading of Joshua, they were basically going around taking over all of these Canaanite kingdoms in the land of Canaan. Okay? And they had specific instructions during this raid to not to take anything for themselves. Okay, the gold and silver and stuff was supposed to go to like the temple for Yahweh, but the people wasn't supposed to take anything for themselves. And this one guy took something for himself. Okay, now let's jump down to verse 15, and it says, "And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire." Okay. So you got to get this work. He going to get murked. He and all that he hath. Now, pay special attention to that. He and all that he hath. Everything that he has. So all of his possessions. Okay? You get where I'm going with this. All of his possessions got to get burnt too. Because he had transgressed the covenant of Yahweh, and because he hath wrought folly in Israel. Okay, now let's go get a few more precepts before we finish out this chapter to further solidify where I'm going with this. So let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, down to verse 17. This is one of the 10 commandments. It says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house," because that's your neighbor's possession. Okay, you don't covet what is your neighbor's. Okay, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife." Why? Because that's his possession. Okay, "Nor his manservant," because that's his possession. "Nor his maidservant," because that's his possession. Okay, and remember, his maidservant could also become his wife. It could also become a concubine, which would be a lesser wife. Okay. And vice versa. It could be both, you know? Well, not. You get what I'm saying, okay? The main servant could be his, one of his wives. Either Israelite, she'd be a wife, or a concubine if she a heathen, okay? "Nor his ox." So his cattle, his ox, whatever he possessed, okay? Because it's his possession. "Nor his ass," or anything that is thy neighbor's. Anything that is his neighbor's. Okay? Possessions. Okay? Alright? So this is further establishing that the woman the wife is a possession of her husband. Okay? Now, let's go to Exodus chapter 21. Jump down to verse 7. And it says, if a man sell his daughter to be a maid servant. Now, we just read this about not coveting somebody's maid servant, but why? Okay? Because it's his. But I also talked about the maid servant could also be their wife. Okay? And it says, if a man sell his daughter to be a maid servant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. So in the verses below, men's, they will work for a couple of years, 7 years or whatnot, and then they would be done, unless they wanted to stay. Then they could, commit unto that master. Okay? Now, the female, they couldn't do that. Okay? Verse 8 says, if she pleases not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself. So wait. They calling this man her master, who betrothed her to himself. So that means he's engaged to this woman. So this woman is his maid servant that he's engaged to? Or he could be engaged to his son? So that's how things went. Women were purchased from their father to be brides to other men. Because they are possessions. That's how she's a maid servant. Okay? Because she was his possession. She was his servant. She was there to serve him, to be his helpmate, or to be his son's helpmate. Okay? Then shall he let her be redeemed. Okay? To sell her unto a strange nation he have no power, seeing he had dealt deceitfully with her. Okay? So he has to let her be redeemed. Okay? So she gonna need to go back to her father's house if he not gonna do anything. If he, he not gonna give her over in marriage and all that. He just wasting this girl's time. So he needs to let her be redeemed. Okay? He can't just sell her off to another nation. No, she a daughter of Israel. You don't do that. Okay? Now, of course, if he had laid with her or his son laid with her, then the marriage is complete then. Verse 9. And if he had betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Okay? Yeah. So he purchased this woman for his son, then he got to treat that woman as a daughter. Okay? All right? But he still purchased her as a maid servant. Okay? Even though she's a daughter-in-law. So that's just showing you the relationship between husband and wife in ancient Israel. The wives were seen as possessions that were purchased from the father. And when they were in their father's house, they were possessions to their father. That's why he sold them. Because he lost that laborer, his possession. Okay? So the children are possessions of the father also, which you also see come and play in our story in the book of Joshua. Okay? Verse 10, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and a duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Okay? So now we see that the man can have multiple wives, multiple possessions. Okay? But he still has a duty unto them. Food, raiment, and duty of marriage, which is sex. He shouldn't diminish that from the first. Verse 11, if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out without money. Shall she go out free without money? Okay? So she don't get no money. All right? See how they do this ass backwards divorce of today? Where women leave and take everything that the man got? No, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay? We're living in the upside down. Truly, we are. Okay, now let's go to Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. And let's go down to verse 28. And it says, if a man find a damsel as a virgin, which is not betrothed, okay, so she's not promised to another man, okay, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found. Okay? So when a man betroths himself to another woman, or betroths a woman to himself, he basically goes and gives the father a dowry until they usually had like a ceremony and they consummate the marriage. That was a tradition back then. The only thing that truly had to be completed was doing the due and paying the dowry, because that was the law for them not to do that. And they would want to at least keep the tokens of her virginity, because that's also in the law, something that her parents should have in case that man brings up accusation against her. So that's how all three basically, became important in the Israelite society. And that's how things got sticky with Mary and Joseph, because they didn't complete all three of those steps. Okay? Now, verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. So this man still purchasing this woman. So she is a possession for him forever. Okay? It's another example. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. It says, in Adam, 18. And Yahweh power said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. Okay, and that's what the woman is for the man, a helpmeet. And out of the ground, Yahweh power formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought unto them Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found any helpmeet for him. Okay? And for Yahweh power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh thereof. And the rib which Yahweh power had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto man. And now that word woman, if you look up the etymology of it, it means female servant, which lines up with the scriptures that we just read. Okay? Because woman is synonymous with the word wife too. Okay? So your wife is your female servant. Okay? She was made to be a helpmeet unto you. She is your possession. Okay? Along with your children. All right? Now, let's go back to the book of Joshua and finish off. Now, this is Joshua chapter 7 and verse 16. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought the tribes of Israel by tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken. So Joshua had spoke with Yahweh. Yahweh basically said, this is how you going to do it, Joshua. This is how you going to find out who the culprit is. And this is what they're going through right now. Verse 17, and he brought the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zarites, and brought the family of the Zarites man by man, and Zabdi was taken, and he brought his household man by man, and Achan, the son of Cami, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was taken. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to Yahweh power of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, I indeed have sinned against Yahweh power of Israel, and thus have I done. Okay, so he spilled the beans. He told him what he done. All right. And when I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonianish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them. He wanted them for himself, and took them. And behold, they are hid in the earth, in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran to the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before Yahweh. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, because that's his possessions too, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. And they brought them unto the valley of Achor. So they took everything that he had. Okay? His family too, because that was his possessions. And Joshua said, Why hast thou troubled us? For Yahweh shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire, after they had stoned them with stones. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So Yahweh turned from the fierceness of his anger. Wherefore the name of that place was called the Valley of Achor unto this day. So, I know it doesn't mention her wife. I don't know if she was, deceased or not, most likely, because they took his sons and they took his daughters, but you get the point. That the wife, the children, and everything in the household that belonged to the man. Okay? And Yahweh said all of his possessions, okay? All of his possessions are to be burnt. And so that in him and all his possessions. So Achor and his family, okay? His family under his roof, which would include his wife and kids, okay? Now, it doesn't say his wife in this verse, so most likely his wife was deceased already, because she is a possession according to the scriptures, which we already read. So, hope this lesson was edifying. They call Allah Yamla Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakadash. Shalom.